Hello, everybody. It's Joanne Musa, the Tax Lien Lady. This is Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live, where you could get your questions answered by me on Facebook. And I don't know if Nicole is with us or not today. So I'm just going to go ahead. I did have a couple of questions ahead of time, actually, one question um, from Italy. Uh, and From Antonella in Italy. She wanted to set up an LLC in the States for investing in tax liens and wanted to know about that, how to do that, and how much it cost. I will tell you, Antonella, that it is not as easy as it used to be. Uh, in order to set up an LLC, you need to have an agent to do it for you, and you need to the thing that you need to have is a US bank, of course, and that's the hard thing to get. The bank is going to want to see your documents. And hi, Nicole, thanks for being here and helping me out. I hope you're feeling better today. And right now I was answering the question that we got ahead of time from Antonella about setting up an LLC in this country, from Italy or any foreign country. The first thing that you have to do is, and you can go to irs.gov and see there what you need to do to set up a foreign LLC or set up a US LLC. And then what you're going to need is a bank account, a US bank account, in order to invest in tax liens or tax deeds in the US. And that's the hard thing because the bank is going to you're going to have an agent here. They don't do it by mail like they used to. You can't just FedEx documents anymore. And they're going to want to see your documents, your LLC documents. They're going to want to see that your agent is authorized by your LLC to open up the bank account. And they might want to see your operations documents. I don't know. Every bank is different with what they want. But the easiest way to invest in U.S. tax liens or deeds, if you are a foreigner, is to do it through an agent that will do it for you. I do know of an agent who invests in the Illinois tax lien sales, which are coming up now, and I do know of an agent that invests in Texas. And as a matter of fact, we are going to have our next live virtual workshop will be with Arnie Abramson, and it will be on Texas. And we just had a workshop, by the way, on redeemable tax deeds, and Texas is a redeemable tax deed state. But because Texas is so different from the other redeemable tax deed states, we're having a whole separate workshop just on Texas, and that will be on December 13th. Okay, I don't have the details for you yet on that. But Nicole, who else is with us today? And do we have any questions? I don't see anything else coming in the comments yet. But let me know who's here. Let me know who you are, where you're from. And are there any other questions that I need to get to, Nicole, that were put in the Facebook group or given ahead of time? Okay. Hey, Jean, good to see you again. By the way, the replay is there for the workshop that we just did. And more videos will be coming this week. I will do the other videos that I promised on how to use Lien Point for South Carolina. And there's another video too that I was going to do for you. I forget what it is right now. Okay. And Nicole's checking to see if we have any other questions. Jean says the workshop was great. I need the link for Tax Lien Profits Accelerator. Oh, okay, Nicole. That the link to log in, if you already have your login, is taxlienlady.com/members. Taxlienlady.com/members. You go there and log in. If you don't have a login yet, you would have been sent. Well, you have a login for the. You have a login for your course. That same login will work for the members area. You'll have your trial membership will be added to it. So you should be able to go to taxlienlady.com/members and log in. If you already have your login for the workshop that we just did, Redeemable Tax Deed Workshop. And that didn't work. You tried that and it didn't work. Okay. What didn't work? The link didn't work that Nicole just put in for you or that I gave you, or your login didn't work. Okay, Sergey, how much should one have when starting to invest in tax liens? What state, Sergey, what state are you investing in? It kind of depends on the state. For liens, typically you want at least $2,000, and in some states you need more. I mean, you can invest with less, but you're really not going to have much luck, let's say, okay? All right. Tax Lien Lady members just brought me to all different membership links. Tax Lien Lady members, let me, you have to go to taxlienlady.com. I'm going there right now, /members. And that brings you to the site, to the member site. But you have to log in. Jean, are you on your computer or on your phone? Let me know if you're on your computer or on your phone. And it's got to be taxlienlady.com/members. And that takes you to the membership site, but you have to log in. And where the login is different. If you're on your computer, it's on the right-hand side. And if you're on your phone, you just have to scroll down. And if you're, let me see where you're going here. Let me see what that's. Okay, you're on your computer. Okay. So it's over the login. When you go to taxlienlady.com/members with an S, when you get to that page, in order to log in, the login is on your right sidebar. The login is on your right sidebar. All right, Terry says, I'm just starting out as a beginner. What should I start with first, tax liens or tax deeds? What state are you in, Terry? You guys, let me know what state you're in. Anybody that's on, just say hello. Let me know what state you're in. If you have a question, then definitely when you ask your question, tell me what state you're investing in. Okay, so I always suggest the best place to start is in your own backyard where you know the property values. So depending on what state you're in. Okay. Oh, hey, Ray. Good to see you, and thanks for bringing another guest. And Terry, you're in New York. All right. Well, let me know where in New York. You are, because New York is one of those states, they do a little bit of everything depending on where you are. They most of the state of New York it does deeds. All the counties have deed sales except for Nassau County has a big lien sale every year. It's very competitive. I don't really recommend the Nassau County lien sale. What I do recommend is if you are in the city or near the city, then the five boroughs do not sell to individual investors. They sell to big companies. They bundle everything up and sell it for billions of dollars. So if you're in the city, okay, you're in the Bronx, again, that's one of the five boroughs. They do not sell to individual investors. However, the villages and cities can do what they want in the other areas. So in Nassau County, the villages and cities can do what they want. So I would check the villages in Nassau County and see at Nassau and Sussex County out on Long Island and see what they're doing. I know Garden City has a tax lien sale. I know Amityville has a tax lien sale. And then there are other cities in nearby counties that have tax lien sales, even though the counties have deed sales. So it all depends, Terry, on how much money you have to invest and where you want to invest. Do you want to own property? Do you want to be a landlord or rehab property or wholesale it? Do you want to go through that, or do you just want the return on your money? If you just want the return on your money, lien sales, definitely look for the lien sales. If you're not opposed to owning property, especially in upstate New York, they have some deed sales in upstate New York, and they are some of them are online. So you could look into that. You're going to need a little bit more money for that than you do for the lien. So it also depends on how much money you have. Instead of $2,000 to start with, you're going to need 20 for the deeds. Okay. So Terry, did I answer your question? And Ray says, what do you think about California or Nevada? California, very tough because the property values are just so high and inflated that it's very competitive, really hard to get anything. But Nevada, you could look into Nevada. Again, they're deeds. You're going to be buying the property. Okay. Jean says she went on real auction. You pay for 2019 taxes with taxes already accrued, and then you will buy 2020 taxes. For New Jersey, you're talking about New Jersey, Jean. You can pay the subsequent taxes and pay in New Jersey. We can help you with that. Nicole can help you with that and get you in. Nicole, help Jean with that. And what I would suggest, Jean, is if you're going to taxlienlady.com/members, you're either, and let me, I don't know if Nicole did this, but I'm going to put that link right in here for you. Just try this link. And if this doesn't work for you, there's something wrong with your computer. All right. You might have to clear your cache on your computer, but I put that link in. I don't know if it's a live link. Yeah, it is a live link. I think. Yep. I think you can click on it. Although I'm not sure. Let me know if that's a live link or not. It'll just take you to the members area and then you have to log in. And if you don't have a login, then just reach out to Nicole at support@taxlienlady.com and she'll be able to help you with that. And Terry says, should I look into another state since you said $20,000? Well, that's for the deeds, not for the liens. You could still, I mean, if you don't have that much, anywhere you buy deeds, you're going to need $20,000 at least. or 50, at least 15. So if you have less than that, then you want to start with liens, not deeds. And you can go to New Jersey. Uh, um, where else? Some towns in Connecticut are liens, and New York. You got to look at the cities in those counties and ask them. You actually have to call the tax collector, the city tax collector, and ask them if they have tax lien sales. Some cities do in New York, even because they don't have to pass things on to the county. Okay. Um, when is the workshop on overages? Jean asked. I do not do overages. And there are actually two different strategies for overages. One is that you buy the property before it goes into the sale and then collect the overage. That's a little bit risky. And the other is finder's fees, which in some states is very tough to do. So those are strategies I don't do. Overages. Two strategies that I don't personally do: overages and over-the-counter stuff. I don't do that either. Secondary liens I do. We might have one on that in the future at some time. Go into lien sales, go into deed sales, and online sales. They're more competitive, but I've done online sales in some states. And Jean says, do you need 20,000 for tax deed sales even in PA? Yeah, unless you're just buying land. You need more than that in PA, unless you're just buying land. You got to understand, when you go to a deed sale, you are buying the property. The amount that you're paying gets bid up. You're bidding against other people for that property. And there are real estate investors there. There are builders there. You know, so that's who you're bidding against. Okay, Nicole says it is a live link that I put in there. So Jean, did you try that link that I put in? And if that doesn't work, if you're not going to the right site, you need to clear your cache on your computer. That's not, that's not something we have control over, because that's the right site to go to. And then when you get there, it will look like, it'll say this. Look, let me show you what happens. This is, I forgot, I'm not showing my screen. But if you go there and it says that you've reached, let me find out what it said. Let me log out and I'll tell you what it says when you're logged out. It will say, okay, hold on just a minute. I need to refresh my page because it's still giving me the welcome. Sometimes it says this page doesn't exist or this page is not available. That's because you didn't log in yet. So you just have to log in on the right side there where the login is. And then but I think you should still see the welcome sign there. So let me know what happens when you click on that. All right, Ray says he's in Birmingham, Alabama today, and I do like Michigan and South Carolina. Both good. Michigan and South Carolina are both good deed states. South Carolina, redeemable deeds. You'll need more money in Michigan than South Carolina. South Carolina had a client who bought 4 redeemable deeds for $15,000. So you can buy like 1 redeemable deed in some places in South Carolina, not all. Some of the counties you'll need more, but in some you could spend like $3,000 and get a redeemable deed in South Carolina. Michigan, you're going to have to spend at least $20,000. Well, actually, I had a client in Michigan who got 3 properties for $35,000. So at least 15, I would say, in Michigan. And these are for These are for distressed properties. Remember, these properties are in a tax sale. Some of them are vacant. They haven't been lived in for a while. They're going to need work. Or some of them maybe were just recently vacated and have a lot of junk in them that needs to be cleared out. So just so that you know, this is why you look at the property before you bid on it. Okay, you do a drive-by, which is all you can do on some, except I will tell you that the Michigan tax sales, they do give you, they do inspect the properties if they're vacant. They give you a really good rundown of the condition of the property in some of the counties. And they do that online on the site where they have those sales. All those sales are online this year. South Carolina, they're all live this year, okay? And they don't do that. And so all you could do is South Carolina is drive by. Okay. What are the steps after you purchase tax deed? Well, the first thing that you have to do, it depends. If it's a redeemable deed, you have to wait out the redemption period. If it's just a deed, you own the property. And depending on where you buy it, you will have to either you'll have to wait to get the recorded deed or you'll have to record the deed. Okay. A lot of places will record it for you and you have to wait to get the recorded deed. Once you get the deed recorded, once you get that deed, you will have to clear the title to the property. You can do that with an attorney, do a title certification process, or you could use a title company, depending on which state. There's a couple of title companies that do a title certification, and they could do it faster. And depending on what state, it might be more money, but they'll get it done faster. Here in Pennsylvania, you can use an attorney and it's under $1,000 usually, and they'll do it. Well, they might take 6 months to a year to do it, but a title company can do it faster, but they're going to charge you like a couple $1,000s to do it. Okay. Any good deed counties in Central Florida, Orlando area? Well, in Florida, they have deed sales all the time. All the counties sell deeds and they do it all the time. The problem is because they have those sales so often, they're pretty competitive. There's not a lot available in any sale. You could check those out on realauction.com, does a lot of them. And the other site that does them is Grant Street does some of them also. Okay, and Ray also said that is why I like Alabama. I could get a lien or even a tax deed pretty cheap, under 5,000 or less. Yeah, but I don't like Alabama, Ray, because their laws aren't so great. They're not very investor friendly in Alabama, from what I've, not from my personal experience, but from what I've heard of investors there. So, but you know, if you live there or if you are there, then go ahead and look into it. And it's a long time before they even go into the tax sale, and they have a long redemption period for tax liens. So I don't like them for tax liens, but for deeds, definitely, if you could get deeds that cheap, that is, you know, that's an option. Okay. All right, Sonia, I'm glad I was able to answer your question. In Alabama, you could buy a deed from another investor and they still have 3 years to redeem the deed, and then quiet the title can cost 3 to 5,000 and take 9 to 12 months. Okay, so now you know, Ray, why it is not my favorite state. Not my favorite state, Alabama. Ray says, I'm interested in Florida and lots of competition. Yes, there's lots of competition in Florida, but there's so many places in Florida that sell deeds that you just have to see what's available and look around. A really good resource for Florida deeds is Property Onion. I had a wealth building webinar with them a couple of months ago. So if you're a member of the wealth building webinars, you could, and Ray, you're not a member anymore right now. So if you want to get a membership, the tax lien. You could either get a membership to the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator that includes wealth building webinars, or just get a membership to wealth building webinars. And you could ask Nicole about that. Okay. So, Nicole, how am I doing at answering these questions? Is there anything I missed? Um, so Ray, it looks like you've got a good attorney there in Alabama. It looks like you're pretty seasoned with investing there, which is why I always suggest that the best place to invest is in your own backyard. Okay. Yeah, and Ray, you could look into Reno, Nevada. I just don't know how competitive it is. I haven't personally invested in there or had any clients that did. Okay. I'm just looking back to see if I got everybody's question. And I think I did. I think I did. All right. Sergey says, do you recommend any banks on refinancing small investment properties? When COVID started, a lot of private investors pulled out of investing for real estate. And the banks are not as eager to do it as they once were, if you're not living in the property. So I don't know of any right now that I can suggest for you. Here's what I would do. If you have any RIAs in your area, RIA is a real estate investment association. If you have any real estate investing clubs or RIAs in your area, I would go to their meetings and I would ask people. And because sometimes the bankers that want business go to those meetings too. All right. Oh, Ray. Well, I'm glad my training is very helpful to you, combined with what you're learning from your attorney there in Alabama. And yeah, that is the best way to learn stuff, is through an attorney that knows, a tax lien attorney that really knows. Okay, Catherine is asking, can you please shine some light on where we can find California deeds, auctions, bid for assets? Bidforassets.com has the California auctions. The ones that are online. The ones that are not online, a lot of the California ones are, but there are ones that aren't. I do a custom search every month on tax sale resources, and my members have access to tax sale resources and can do that as well. And that's how I find out what tax sales are coming up around the country. And if you're only interested in one state, you could do a search just in that one state and see what's coming up. And then you could find all the live and online sales. And there's links for the contact information from who's doing the sale, because in a live sale, it's the county tax collector or county treasurer that does the tax sale. Oh yeah, Ray says, you're a lot less to learn from than a real estate attorney for $149 a month. Yeah, yeah, $149 a month. The real estate attorney is going to charge you $149 for everything he does. for an hour, right? He'll charge you like $200 an hour. And you could get in my members area, the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator is $149 a month. It includes a coaching that I do tomorrow, by the way. But Ray, I think you have to join. I think your trial is up. Oh yeah, and Nicole gave another link for you guys to find out more about the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator. So she put that in the comments for you. All right. Any other questions? It's 1:30 my time, Eastern time. So yeah, your trial is up. So go ahead and join the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator because tomorrow is our coaching. What else do we have going on? And the next wealth building webinar for any of you guys is going to be on debt reduction. I have a guest coming in who has a program on how to get rid of your debt fast. So I'm looking forward to that myself. So who else? What other questions do we have? Any other questions? And it will be 1:00 again next week. I think that is let me check the calendar here. Actually, I don't have my calendar up, but I think that is the last time. Let me go get it. Let me log into my calendar here. And I believe that next week, it looks like, yeah, next week is the last week. It will be 1:00 for the Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live for our live Facebook or Facebook Live. And then we're going to go back to our 2:00 time slot. Okay, so Kate is asking, any advice regarding Atlanta, Georgia? It's very competitive. That's my advice for Atlanta. Georgia is a redeemable deed state. It's a year redemption period, but at the end of that year, you do have to have an attorney to foreclose. And it is very competitive. And they had postponed all their sales during COVID. They do have sales scheduled for November. It's always on the first Tuesday of the month. They are all live, which is why they were postponed. And they keep scheduling them and then canceling them and scheduling them and canceling them. I would go outside of Atlanta, outside of that county. I forget what county Atlanta is, but I would go outside of that county, either up north or down south. And we just did our redeemable deed workshop. And Georgia is considered a redeemable deed state. Okay, do you need an attorney for tax liens or is it straightforward? Oh, tax liens is pretty straightforward, but you do need an attorney to foreclose. So if you do wind up with a foreclosure, you will need an attorney for that. Yeah, Fulton County. I believe it's Fulton County. Kate, are you saying that Fulton County is where Atlanta is, or Fulton County is Fulton County is also competitive? So I'm not sure because you have a question mark after Fulton County. I like the counties that I like in Georgia don't have a lot available in their sales. It's just that I like that. I like Hall County, very rural. Rod Harris says Atlanta. So Fulton County is where Atlanta is. Yeah, it is very competitive. I'd go outside there. You want to go, yeah, you want to go 2 hours away from any major cities. All right. And even that is changing because people are moving out of the city. But a lot of people are in Atlanta because there's a lot in Atlanta. Atlanta has grown so big, so fast. Um, I don't know why anybody wants to live there anymore. The traffic is atrocious. But I love, travel 2 hours away from Atlanta, and then you'll find nice places to invest. All right. Any other questions? And also, again, with California, they are scheduled for, and they always do them, as I mentioned, the first Tuesday of the month, just like they do in Texas, counties in Texas. They're both redeemable deed states, but in Georgia, you're not considered the owner of the property when you buy that deed. In Texas, you are. And in Georgia, you have to foreclose at the end of the redemption period. In Texas, once that redemption period is over, the property's yours. Okay. All right. So it looks like I've answered all the questions. If we have no other questions, we're going to end this Facebook Live, and I'll see you guys next week. Next week at 1 o'clock again. And I'm just going to wait a minute here, or at least 30 seconds to make sure that we don't have any other questions. Do we have any other? Did I miss anything, Nicole? I don't think so. I don't think I missed anything. Okay. All right. Okay. So, okay, we got some thank yous here. And my pleasure. I love answering your questions. Every once in a while, I get one that I can't answer, but I try to find the answer for you. And I have the reputation of not always telling you what you want to hear, but telling you the truth. Okay. Nicole says I got everything that was typed in the comments today, and I believe I got everything that I had gotten ahead of time. So thank you all for joining me today. We had a great great session today. A lot of good questions and a lot of people online. All right, so I hope to see you next week. Bye, everybody.